Alrighty, good afternoon guys and welcome to the podcast. Today I'm having a chat with my good mate all the way from Wales, Gavin. Is a friend of mine that I met 1 year ago here in Thailand, and he's also an online coaching client of mine. He's gonna fight soon, so I'm very excited to hear about your experience and how you're feeling. But I'm also here joined with my oldest friend on the island, Yuri, the main man from Switzerland, living together now for 2 months. And yeah, I think it's a good setting today to have a good chat.
We have a good combination.
I would say so. I would say so. Well, enough about me. Let's talk about you. How are you doing, my Welsh friend Gavin?
Yeah, I'm doing very good, and it's good to be back in Thailand because, like, when you're back home and you have the Thailand blues straight away. So it was only January that I literally came from the island, went home, and literally as soon as I landed back home, I was fucking my flights back out here, you know. And this time's a little bit different because obviously, like we just said, I'm fighting out here this time, whereas last time it was more about just, enjoying myself, to be fair. But you can still enjoy yourself while training and prepping. So
Thailand is perfect for that.
Yeah. You know, but last year was one of the worst years I ever had in my life, so it's nice to end the year on a high, being back out in Thailand. So yeah, I'm enjoying the process, and obviously it's good to catch up with like old friends, make new friends as well. Yeah, it's really good. Enjoying it.
Awesome to hear that, bro. And good obviously to have you back here. But can you tell a little bit more about the first time, but also going back, what happened?
So like the first ever time I come out to Thailand was August in 2022, I think it was. And I got bit by a spider. I nearly lost my leg, nearly lost my tattoo leg. And it was literally the first 3 days of my holiday. So I had to spend 2 weeks in Thai hospital. I come out the day after my birthday, so I spent another birthday in hospital. So
damn it.
Yeah, literally.
Same experience, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's crazy.
You were this time around, right?
I got a blood infection this year. Yeah, it was bad for me.
Mad. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, now it's good. And
yeah, that's exactly me. I just got a little scar, and to tell the tale. So I was like, right, I want to come back out so I can actually experience Thailand. Because 2 weeks of your holiday, you've lost majority of it.
This is the first time that he came to Thailand. Yeah. He's been here 3 times. Yeah.
So then I come back again, where I could actually enjoy it properly. Met Gil, met a lot of people at the punch it, lost a lot of weight and stuff, you know, training. Then went back home and just got injured literally in the February. So I got home the end of January. February the 4th, I got injured, done my ankle, and I just put on a load of weight. So it was gutted to have like that really good holiday, make loads of new friends, and then just lose it all.
Yeah.
As soon as I went back home. So I'm back here now this time after training with Gil on the PT, losing a lot of weight again, feeling confident in myself.
Yeah.
Still injured, so I haven't been able to train the kickboxing, but with Gil's help, I've been able to do exercise, do things, stay active, and yeah, this time we're fighting. So. Yeah, very
looking
excited.
forward to do?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got a real good feeling about it. I got good excitement, but I do have butterflies. But one of the best sayings back home in Wales is, turn them butterflies into dragons and let it fuel your soul.
Strong, you know?
So those butterflies, they will turn into dragons on the night, I know, but it's just about your mindset at the moment. So
yeah.
Great, bro.
Are you prepared? You feel ready or?
I don't know, 50-50. I think because I haven't done martial arts, so back home I do kickboxing style, which is more like the taekwondo. And because I haven't done martial arts in a good couple of months, I literally had 1 session before flying out here, literally like a week before coming out. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I got the power, I got the mindset, like I can take the hits, but I don't know whether my endurance is there. Like, I do feel like I'm going to gas out. And if I end up in the clinch, then it's probably game over because I don't clinch.
Let's hold it a little bit with the fighting. I just still want to go back a little bit to the backstory, right? You left the second time, and things were not going well. Also financially, right? Yeah. You were like, when we were still together on the island, you were thinking with your job.
Yeah. So the day before I flew out to Thailand, my company got broken into. They didn't take anything. They just destroyed it all. And I had 4 boys in the yard, 2 girls in the office, we was a powder coaters, and we was doing some big stuff. We had all the work for like Amazon, NHS, which is the hospital of the UK. And so we had some big contracts. It was running itself. And yeah, literally had a phone call as I was packing my case on Christmas, because it was Boxing Day. I was flying out. And it was like, yeah, there's all water coming out your yard. And I was like, oh, maybe one of the boys left a tap on. Went down there, and they'd hotwired the forklift. And yeah, I could have cried. Could have cried, you know, thinking about it now, I could have. And I paid the boys' wages up until May, with the girls' staff out my own pocket. I wasn't earning anything because we didn't have an oven, we didn't have nothing. And yeah, it was a hard time. But I'm very lucky. My hobby at the time, I'm a psychic medium, so I talk to dead people for a living as well, do tarot cards and stuff.
This was still a side hustle at that time, right?
Yeah, it was still a side hustle, like it was a hobby. And I'm very lucky that I was able to help me tick over, help me pay the bills and look after myself. I lost all of my savings literally because I was, you know, trying to look after other people. The insurance turned around to us and said that they're not willing to pay out, for multiple reasons and stuff. And it's kind of a real kick in the teeth. Why are you paying insurance if they're not going to pay out? So, yeah.
Biggest scam of the world.
Exactly. And it's crazy how much you actually pay for insurance.
And how much money they actually have, and they're still being greedy about giving it out. Crazy.
At the end of the day, you would nothing get back.
Exactly. So it was over 350 grand's worth of damage. So in euros, I don't know what the conversion is, but it's probably about 400,000.
Yeah.
You know, and there was nothing that was salvageable. They flooded the whole yard. They let off all the fire extinguishers. So we literally couldn't salvage anything. So yeah, it's been a really rough year. Obviously, I lost my auntie as well at the start of the year, so that added to it all. So yeah, it was crazy, but I'm very lucky. I got a very close family unit, you know, like if I didn't have the close family unit I had, there's a good chance, you know, that things could have gone completely different. I did try working in a cafe for a little bit.
I remember, during the check-in, so you were saying that, you know, crazy hours, you know, it's very hard. I mean, even in that time, you really smashed with online coaching, but, you know, this is a challenge for a lot of people when you work like crazy hours and it's not structured. Man, that's a very big...
Because like some of the hours they're telling me like, you can go in this time, you finish this time, and there was nothing set in stone. I've never worked in a cafe in my life. I've never poured a cup of coffee or anything. And the first coffee I ever done, I got second degree burn.
Oh yeah, I remember this too. Yeah. In the first week you had to take...
So literally, I've been skate all this time. And then the first job I do, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have a nice paycheck now. I'm going to get all the hours. First week, I get second degrees burns on my fingers. The first coffee I make. So yeah, I did get a paycheck for that month because I wasn't low back in work. I literally taped it up.
It's like a movie with this guy. Something different. But that's why I like Gavin as well. Never boring. Okay, just to go back to this, like if you look now back on it, you know, it was actually you know, kind of blessing in disguise that your company had to quit, because right now you're in Thailand, back in Thailand, and building your own thing. And like you say, like it was at that moment you had to revert back on your side hustle, which was the medium kind of thing, and now it's grown a lot. Can you tell us more about that, and also now being back in Thailand as well?
Yeah, so it's actually like really true what you said, because I was different in RM whether to do it properly or not, because I make good money from it, because I've built my reputation with it, that I'm one of these people that if I'm going to do it, I'm going to make sure that you know exactly who it is. I'm not just going to sit there and be like, I got your mom coming through. She's saying she's proud of you and all this. I want to be like, she looked like this. She had this health condition. She was this tall, you know, like I want to go into the details with it. And I've built my reputation up now where I'm pretty much fully booked already next year, and I can pick my hours. So if I still had the company, I probably wouldn't have pushed it as much as I did, because I was still like quite idle with it, is the best way to put it. I was kind of like, well, it's a hobby, you know, I don't need to push it. So it's worked out really, really good for me. And I'm able to go anywhere in the world now because my whole job is online. It's all online. So I can go anywhere in the world. I can have whatever time off I want. Obviously, you do give back and you do the shows back home, but I can just book them in around when I'm at home. So yeah, it is a blessing in disguise. I am a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. A lot of the bad stuff in my life have happened to get me to where I am now. And, you know, it's been a lot, you know, it's been a hell of a journey. But I think once you are able to get that mindset that there's positives in every situation.
Yes, how you deal with them.
Exactly. I feel like you can overcome anything.
And look at you now. We're 1 year later, and now you're here back in Thailand. And now, you know, it's fucking amazing to hear that you're basically location free. But then the deeper question, not the deeper question, but the important question, and I want to ask you this too. Why are you back in Thailand? Why Thailand?
Oh God! See, I don't know why I keep coming back. I don't know why I keep going back to the same spot.
Unfinished business.
Yeah, I do feel like it might be like the end of a chapter after the fight today, because every year I've come, I'm like, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I've pretty much done everything now. The only thing I haven't done is rode a scooter yet, but I can do that in any part of Thailand.
Yeah.
What about you, Yuri? Why are you back to Thailand?
Yeah, bro. For me, it's a little bit special because, you know, I'm Italian. I live in Switzerland, and I moved before I come to Thailand. Actually, I moved to Italy because I want to change something in my life. And for me, it was very difficult because I don't have the feeling that I'm home. You know, it's like one place that I can stay.
You mean everywhere in the world?
Yeah, you know, it's like
you don't feel home at Swiss and don't feel home in Italy.
Yeah, you know, because I was in a point in my life that I say to myself as like something I have to change in my life that I can be happy again, you know. And I miss that feel happy because when I stand up, it's like I know what I have to do. It's like, you know, I have one way, one rhythm. And I was like not happy with this, you know, and then I want to change something.
Your daily routine, your life, where your life was going in Swiss, you weren't happy with that.
Yeah, I was happy with that. And then I got a girlfriend in this time too. And then I was happy that something goes on in my life, you know.
Yeah, you're not alone. You feel loved.
Yeah, and I feel comfortable.
Yeah,
and then I try and give a lot to actually to change something in my life, and it was not this. And then I moved after this time to Thailand, after bad times, whatever. I moved to Thailand, and I was like a moment here actually in Samui that I feel the first day was like, man, this is my home, you know. I don't know why, I can explain this, but I feel free, you know, freedom, happy. I love to stand up. I never was like feel happy to stand up and wake up. It's like, yeah, let's go. Today's day start or whatever. Now here I feel like home. It's crazy. I don't know why Thailand, why Koh Samui, but I will say people have some places they really like
to,
and they go back or whatever.
That's why I had this tattoo. Like, the first time I came here, even though I only had like 2 weeks, I literally exactly the same as you. It was like a piece of my heart will always be in Clinch.
I have a tattoo too because I know it's going to be a chapter in my life.
And that's why I had the quote, a glimpse into the heart of Thailand, because it's just something about it. Do you think it's the environment you was in though? So like the people you surrounded yourself with, the culture
back home.
Yeah, back home.
It's difficult to say, but I have. When I think like that, I have everything what I want. You know, I have good friends or whatever, but it's not. I don't know how I can explain this.
I think I have been thinking about this a long time because I've been here now for 1.5 years. I'm actually the guy that never went home, right? You guys, you came in.
Yeah, but I told you last year when I was here, bro, next year I will come back.
Yeah, no, it's no grudge, man. I'm very happy to have you here, brother. There's no grudge at all, but I'm just being like, I like to assess things as well. And I think you nailed one thing, which is the word freedom. I think a lot of people like Thailand just because you feel so free. I actually, and in general in Asia, I fell in love with Asia maybe 8 years ago now when I first went to Bali. You know, you rent a bike, it's nice weather, there's no rules, no helmet, no insurance, nothing. You drive, rev the bike and you just feel free.
Yeah, life is
easy. Right, there are not so many rules. In the Netherlands, man, you take the phone out okay, I'm not saying you should take the phone while you're driving, but there are so many rules, there's so many laws and everything, you know. Here's a little bit more easy. And people here, like in the Netherlands, and I think this is the second part of why, even though you have a good family and friends around you, you don't feel free, is because society puts things on you, right? You have to get a degree. After you're done with your degree, immediately go to work. Now you have to work hard. Now get a car, get a house. You know, even though you think you are free, you're getting into less freedom because you actually have to work to get all these things and people expect it from you.
Get tied down.
Whereas here, man, here people, they have literally nothing. and they're just happy. You know, they're just
land of
happy.
smiles,
Yeah,
yeah.
the land of smiles. And like where I struggled with a lot, because I actually been to Thailand 2 years ago for the first time. I went to Phuket, and then I lived there for 4 months, and I went back. And this is really funny. I was talking about it today again with a client, a Dutch client, and you know, people, when I came back from that 4 months, they came up to me and they were saying like, well, I should be getting used to right now. Eh? No beaches here, no coconuts over here. It should be, we call it vanne, but it's like, they were trying to put a narrative in my mouth for, yeah, it's very horrible here and I am so sad to be here and everything. And I was like, man, actually, it's not really the beaches. I mean, if we always have, how many times do we go to the beach? We don't go to the beach as often because we have the beach.
Yeah, it's true. But actually, I was like to go one time.
Man is too busy working.
You know, but brother, when I watch out, you see, man, this is when you don't can enjoy this, brother. Then
What should have seen my reaction when I come up here? I was like,
Brother.
oh my God, look at the views.
Yeah,
You know,
sick.
I have to trek up a whole mountain for this. We've literally just rode a little scooter up,
Yeah.
pulled up more steps than I can count, and look at the view for this. Yeah, it's crazy. So I think that's a very good point. But
you know, I don't want to say Switzerland is not beautiful. Switzerland is also very beautiful. You have beautiful mountains. You can do a lot, but it's actually not that what I want to be, because like people around me,
Yeah.
it's not this what makes me happy.
No.
It's not just have a beach.
So
you know, or
just to add on that story that I was just saying, like I am actually not missing the beach. I'm not missing the coconuts. I miss the people. I actually miss the people, because the people in the Netherlands or in the Western society, they are so busy with sizing you up. They are like, okay, you're now back 4 months back from Phuket. Okay, what are you gonna do? Whoa, you ran through all your savings. Oh, what are you earning right now? And I'm like, man, just ask me what I've liked the most in the last 4 months. There was no one that really asked me. I went to Vietnam, Indonesia, and Thailand, and there was no one who asked me, hey man, what was now the craziest thing that you saw when you were traveling? No, they were all like, okay, what is the next step gonna be? Because they are sizing you up, and this is no offense to them. This is how we get programmed. It's when we go to school, okay, you have to get this for your test. What you got for your test? You know, we get at the end of when you're done with your school, society is all about where do you fit in society. Whereas here, people, they make fucking 20 baht with a chicken skewer, and they are the most happy because they care about the family is good. You know, it's not about which biggest
brother,
bike you
same
drive.
my work, you know, it's like with the people that I work together, they don't can explain me nothing for life.
Yeah.
That for them gives just work, and it was like, man, told me something different, not just work every day. Told me about something of your life, and it was what I can told you, you know, they can nothing tell me because I don't know, it's boring.
I get it a lot. It's just how we are programmed, and that was for me the hardest thing actually coming back from Thailand the first time. Is, you know, you are aware, so you're kind of having these conversations with all these people, and you're like aware, like, wow, they don't care. They don't care where you've been or what was the most important. They actually only care about how are you and what are you going to do? What's your next step? You know,
true,
and if you're aware of that, it's so frustrating to have these conversations actually.
And it's mad because I post, I'm like very active on like socials and stuff like that. You would think that people would ask you because they're seeing it firsthand, because I post everything, I record everything.
Yeah.
And thinking about it, they haven't asked me. They haven't asked me like, oh, what was your best memory or your favorite memory? They just, oh, what are you going to do now? Or where are you going next? Or, you know, they talked about, like, again, like you said, the next step.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy when you...
But it's a little bit difficult situation, you know. It's like it's hard to tell about this because every people around they have a different mindset about this.
Yeah.
You know, because when
everybody can see it.
because I can move first time to Thailand, I was like, yeah, I'm tourist. Yeah, I can make holidays. And, you know, I feel like it's different when you just go inside, deep inside, live with the peoples together and feel that life that they have here. And I have this respect of the peoples, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, in this moment, it was like, man, I don't have to have a lot, you know? Every time I have a lot, I want a car, I buy a car, you know? I want to have a beautiful apartment, I have a beautiful apartment. Man, it doesn't matter.
Satisfy.
You know, it's not that you have everything or also about the phones, you know, it's not have the newest one, just have one, you know?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
And I don't understand this, why the people live like this.
Because
and I was like, man, I'm very respectful.
forced that fact,
It's
don't you?
impressed to see that, you know?
I think if I like to analyze it, we are in the Western world of the country, where we're more ego driven. How big of car are you driving? What big of house do you have? And we're all like outside, whereas here it's just all about respect.
Brother,
you know, it's all about respect. And you know what? One thing that I also analyzed when I got back, like we are all very happy persons. And here, man, I can tell you that if the viewers even like, you can have the best day of your life just driving your moped and smiling to people, and they will smile, you have a chat, and they ask stupid, like you can be stupid with them.
Though, like back home, you walk down the street, people don't smile at you.
They don't even say hello,
You
man.
know? Yeah.
I used to, when I got back, I used to walk the same route every day, and you have to understand, I live in a city that I've been living there for 25 years. I know a lot of people there, and I would just walk the same lake, and half the people won't even say hello. And
Not me.
I would literally, if I would say hello, they would be like,
Yeah.
are you on drugs? You know, and I'm like, no, I'm fucking saying hello, man. Is that's too hard? How miserable are you that you can say hello?
This is like why I love it here. You walk down the street and like even the Thais are like sweaty cry, like straight away, and you're like, oh, this is So in Wales, like in the little towns, you do get like, you know, but it's not like full blown conversations. It's kind of just like, oh, I am bad, you know, and that's it. But like you can see that it's forced. You know, whereas the Thai people here, they go out their way to do it. It's not forced.
Yeah.
You know, like they just get a thrill from like smiling at tourists and stuff. And I think respect is a big thing that.
Yeah, you learn a lot. Also, you have here Muay Thai when you go a little bit to try it out, and then depend where you go also here. But when you go just the Muay Thai, then you learn a lot about respect also for yourself, you know. It's not just respect to the other people, it's have respect for yourself.
It's a big thing for me as well. Like just coming from strength training, you know, it's pretty, who has the big muscles and who's the strongest and everything. You know, Muay Thai has been a blessing for me too, and I would encourage if I get to manage to get a kid later, then I'll definitely put him in some. I need a woman for that, and in March I'll put him in definitely in March on, because it's so good for. I think it's very good to be too humble.
Yeah.
You know, but also put yourself in the fire, you know, like here you can spar every day, and you know, even though you are good and you're getting better, man, every time sparring you kind of feel that, okay, we have to step you know, if you spar with Jordan, you know, you have to
go over your limit every time, brother.
My favorite saying is, you don't know you're alive until you've been punched in the face. Because like people think they're indestructible, they're like, oh, I could take any man, blah blah blah. But most of the people saying that have never actually been hit in the face, or they've never actually experienced the physical contact. You know, it makes you feel the most alive when you get hit in the face. As crazy as it seems, like when you're in a controlled environment like that, where you know that this person in front of you could do serious damage if he wants, yet they're like pulling back their shots. It's controlled. You know, there's no feeling like it. No feeling like it at all.
Yeah, I think it's very good for men to experience this on the daily. Okay, Gavin, let's go a little bit back. You came back. Okay, can you tell a little bit more, like, when you came back home, you had the Thailand blues. If I can tell the viewers as well, and the Thailand blues, you can only fix it actually by coming back to Thailand. I know this from experience too. It took me 8 months, waking up Thailand, going to bed Thailand, for 8 months. And the moment I stepped down the airport, Thailand blues was fixed.
Yeah.
But okay, for you, everything came crashing down a little bit when you got home. Well, it actually crashed already when you were in Thailand. And then you turned it around, which is so fucking awesome to hear. And I was obviously there, from the side view. I was helping you with the fitness coaching. Can you tell me more about how has that been going? You know, you lost an enormous amount of weight.
So when I come home from Thailand, obviously I did my ankle. I was 110 kgs, 109 kgs. Just kept putting the weight on, and then reached out to Gil because I was inspired by him last year when I saw him. Obviously I watched him do his fight as well, and the shape and the person Gil was, I was like, yeah, I want to get in that mindset again. I need something to get me out of this rut, get me out of the just thinking constantly like, what am I going to do in work? So I used it as an opportunity to get me to do other things, to change my focus. So as soon as I changed my focus and I was having the help of Gil, the weight smashed down in the first couple of weeks. I changed my diet, everything changed massively. I can remember you saying, you're like, that's crazy, brother. You know,
yeah.
The Warriors, it was 6 kg or so.
Let me just tell you, Gavin is like a prime example of like somebody who really smashed it. Like in the beginning, when clients are, they are dedicated, you have to get the most out of it, because in the beginning they are very, and sometimes they will hit a rock, and then, so you were a prime example of when you go straight out, it can go very hard and you can get very motivated. It went very, very well for you. But I'm also want to testament that to your follow through. You were super like, if I don't get too much input, or like I can only coach people if they actually give me something to coach, if they give me input. And you're a prime example of someone who really lived down to the agreements that we made. We check in weekly. Yeah. You supplied me with a lot of information. You sent me your videos of the training. So, I'm still super surprised about how fast it went, but I'm not surprised about, that we got the results because you were smashing it.
That's what I mean. And I think a lot of it was the fact that I was just bloated all the time. I was carrying excess weight because of the types of food. As soon as I went, my diet was pretty much chicken, tuna, eggs, potato, sweet potato, to be precise. Very wholesome food to fill you, but they do wonders, let me tell you. Like the diet, and as soon as I had it on the first day, I was like, I really like all of these foods, The only bit I was like really struggling with was the nuts. Like I was struggling to eat the nuts because I was so full. So we were just like, just cut them out,
That's perfect for me to hear. You were a super easy guy to coach because you were not complaining about the food. And this is also what I tell a lot of clients. And I always like the clients that want to eat every day something different. You're making itself harder for yourself by having to choose and having to pinpoint. Sometimes life and with fitness, we always try to do different things. But if something works, you should double down on it, right? And like if a meal plan works and you have to do, and you eat every day the same, man, that's perfect because it takes away a lot of thinking,
The best thing was, with those ingredients, I could make like different meals. So like the one day I made a chicken quiche because I was allowed cottage cheese, 0% fat cottage cheese. And all a quiche is cottage cheese, chuck all the ingredients in, the little bit of cheese, the 30 grams of cheese I had, or the 15 grams of cheese, sprinkle that on top, chuck it in the oven, happy days, You got a big pot like this of, so like all my meals was like absolutely so filling that like it was strange for me to actually feel full. Like I don't normally feel full, and that's something that's carried on even though I'm in Thailand now and stuff. My appetite has carried on over, so like I'm not as hungry as I used to be. I'm feeling more energetic, and I'm allowed to. I got that relationship with the food, and that's what I said to you is that was where I was struggling the most, is my relationship with food. It's just I see food, eat it. Like I'm not a fussy boy, You chuck anything in front of me, I'm gonna eat it,
Yeah,
and I struggle with 7-Eleven when I walk in, bro. This is like in the front every time I see just chocolate, like straight away. I go there, but it's hard. I know. Discipline is very hard about food because sometimes when you smell just the sugar or there's like. I now I would take this. I don't care, It's like it's super hard sometimes.
Shall I tell you that there are like the companies? There are like if you have a food company, within that company there's a department, and they are basically just only there to make it as addictive as possible because they need to make money, right? They need to make money. They don't care about your health. They need money. So they put in like certain combinations of carbohydrates, sugars, sometimes something, and they make it super addictive. And if you combine that with like, hey, I'm again getting a little stressed, I'm a little bit sleep deprived, you create a trigger, fuck, and then you see it happening over there. And that's why 7-Eleven, and that's why these supermarkets, they put everything on a place with thought, because that's why having a plan and a goal is so important, because if you go in to the 7-Eleven and you have basically no goal, so you don't have a body weight goal or everything, why won't you not take that donut?
Because it's so cheap.
Hey, people, hey.
I struggle with this too, It's like, man, the donut looks so good, and then you see it was, man, it's like just $10.
Okay, hey, to the people watching, it's Thailand is one of the most amazing countries to work on your fitness goals. Why? Because you have Muay Thai in every corner. Everybody, it's super health conscious, super fresh food.
It's a super sport country.
Eat a mango here, and you won't need any sugar anymore because mango is already so nice. But that said, compared to where the countries, especially where you are from, like the fast food here and food in general is super cheap. So there's the argument of, hey man, I should not be paying €4 for a Snicker bar.
Yeah.
That's not here, because that Snicker bar here is like 20 cents, you know? And so if you are not committed, this can actually be a very hard country to lose weight. So hey, don't think this is come natural, okay?
I would say it's more harder here to lose weight than in Europe, bro.
You're right. You're more like, I'm not spending
That's
that.
about because everything is so cheap, you know. And the people that I think a lot of people that come here and there's like they have a time, I don't know, maybe 1 month they are here, then they have some goals. But in the end, it's like, now I want to try, I want to live a little bit my holidays and I enjoy the time, brother. You can really enjoy it here, brother.
You're in good shape anyway, anyhow. So
I train also a lot,
Yeah.
you know. For me, it's like I train, but I can eat too, you know.
yeah, this is what I mean. So just train harder and you can have all that.
Yeah. This is my goal, but don't listen to me because my goal is stupid. But
No goal's stupid though.
I also for a fight, maybe you have to lose weight. Also for me, it's like hard to lose 2 kilo or just 1, you know, it's like hard because I have to say, now I have to make my meal a little bit. Yeah. And also this is very hard. And it's like when you lose from 90 to 80 can be easy, but for 80 to 70, but it can be very hard.
Yeah, because it's a bigger jump. You have less body weight. The percentage of that you have to drop is way higher.
Yeah,
you know?
and also last year I trained with one coach here just Muay Thai. And it was like, because I was injured and then I was, now I can train again and now I want to make my body shape because when I go home, the people see me, it's like, man, what the fuck are you doing? I think you go train Muay Thai. And
This was when we both were injured. We both were injured.
And then I take a lot of time. I try to train hard and I lost 10 kilos in 1 month.
Fast.
Like,
Can go really fast.
Wow. Yeah. This was
if you do two sessions a day, then you are literally too tired to eat.
And also now this time I come here with 84 and now I'm 76, 75.
Yeah.
It's also a lot of weight, you know.
That's a hell of a drop, Barris.
Yeah.
I wonder he's such good shape.
Yeah, but I try to train, you know, consistently. I will say this is the main goal.
Yeah.
To consistently train to.
That's a hard goal to maintain as well, you know, because the life gets in the way.
Yeah, I would say right now you're struggling a little bit with it, but in general, I think we are all like-minded people here in the house, like that we see the benefits of training because we will lose the mental, we don't need to train to be in shape. Obviously that's a nice coming back, but we also need to release the energy because we are some crazy guys.
Yeah.
Just lastly that I want to say, I think if I look back at what you were saying about the whole process, I think having somebody, obviously I'm going to be biased, but having somebody in your corner which you can spar with is very important. I think that's definitely a big part of your success, and that you're saying that you're saying, because this is actually the most important thing about fat loss is hunger management. So if you have a good meal plan, or you should always go for filling foods, right? So potato, what you were saying, and if you say that you are struggling with getting the food in, man, that's music to my ears, because that makes it very sustainable. If you from week 1, I'm so tired, I'm so hungry, it's going to be so hard. And then,
it's true.
Hunger management is such a part.
Like I said, I used to be a bottomless pit. Like I used to have food, I'd have a full main meal and I'd be raiding the cupboards straight after the food, you know, and while working with Gil, because I had such big foods, I actually had to chew the foods properly because they was so whole. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas normally I just swallow food.
You eat a chocolate and that's it, you know.
I don't chew it or anything. I literally just swallow. It's literally chew, gone, you know. And this work with Gil, I slowed down eating my foods. Towards the end, I was eating all my food with chopsticks, just because it really slowed me down my eating, and then my digestion and everything was so much better.
Yeah.
So,
and for that too, man, I sometimes read that this is also very, very motivating. Not for motivating, but it definitely dissects the good clients, the bad clients, people that are willing to experiment as well, using chopsticks, or simple things like using a smaller plate so your food looks bigger. You know, there's all kind of things. There's all small kind of things that people don't know about. You could actually that helps with the hunger, chewing it slower.
The best advice I would give anyone, right, is use chopsticks when you're trying to eat your food. Right.
Have you ever heard this? A Welsh guy Welsh guy eating in Wales with chopsticks.
Yeah. like breakfast and stuff, like with chopsticks now. I still use chopsticks to eat all my food just because it slows me down eating so much, because it's like you can't pick up too much in one go. You're like forced to do it like in small amounts. So I love it. I'd highly recommend it to anyone. But get like proper ones. Don't get like the cheap ones.
You want metallic ones, golden ones.
Yeah, personalized ones, because then you're like, yeah, they're mine. No one else can have them.
Gotcha. So answer clear. You are back. We all love Thailand, so it would I can ask you, well, why are you back here? Well, because Thailand is Thailand. That's clear. But you're also here for some unfinished business, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Tell us more. How did the fight came to fruition?
Oh my god, this is like such a bizarre story. So I was tired. I was like hanging on my ass, like proper, like all over the place, sparring one of the boys. And Ton down in Punch It goes to me and goes, Gethin, you'll fight. Yeah. I thought he meant as in I'm fighting in the sparring. So I was like, yeah. He goes, go see Rose after. And then he walked off, and then Jerry's like, oh, go on lad, you're fighting. And I'm like, did I just sign up to a fight? And I was like,
hey, how long you in Thailand? 2 days? You can fight tonight. Yeah, it's a little bit the gym and philosophic that people I want to ask to fight. Yeah. It's true. It's funny. So, they ask me a lot of times, but I wasn't like, in 1 week they asked me that I fight tonight, or well, can do, no problem. Yeah. It's like, for me, it's like more a joke, because I think you have to prepare for a fight first, and then you can say, okay, now I feel comfortable to go, It's also a big step to go in the ring, It's like, it's not just, I would say every fight sport is like very hard, but Muay Thai is a little bit, it's like one level up.
Oh yeah.
It's one level up because
100%. So yeah, this is kind of why I'm but I got faith in myself, what's the worst that could happen, it's everything happens for a reason, but it's an experience, and I think that's going to be like an end of a chapter here. I feel like I'm going to do the fight because that's the reason I've been saying, and coming back out to train for the fight. I want to do one of the soy fights. I want to do it. And every time something would happen, I'd get injured, or I just wouldn't have the opportunity, or I wouldn't be out here long enough. And then, when I said yes, and I had to go and sign the paperwork, I was a bit hesitant to sign it because they said UK rather than Wales. But I made them change it.
No, that's enough.
But I was a bit hesitant when I was signing, just because I was like, am I doing the right thing? But I was like, hey, you only live once, it's an experience, it's a story to tell.
I think, to be fair, because I had it kind of too. When 2 years ago I went to Phuket, and I trained there for 2 months until my friends came to visit me, and I met this American bloke. Like a lot of Americans that I meet, cool, but this guy was actually very humble, because he was actually making jokes about American. You know how Americans can be. They can be very oh, amazing, and comes over like this guy was proper chill. So we hanged out for the whole time. But after 2 months, my friends came to visit me. And I went with them to PP, and we partied my head off and everything. But he stayed in the gym, and he actually continued training. And he had a fight at the end of the 4 months. And I stayed there for 4 months too. And I was like, yeah, well, fuck. If I was just more my head's into the game. And then the whole idea was like, yeah, man, it's very so good to actually sign up. It's the same thing like I was saying with the donut. If you have nothing to work really for, how hard will you run? Yeah. If you have nothing to say no to, and with a fight, I feel like, you're gonna fight, so you're gonna put in the hard work, you're gonna improve so much faster,
Yeah.
And I think with nothing against punches, we all trained there and everything. But at some stage, if you've been at the place for 3, 4, 5 months, what is there more to do? At some stage, it kind of feels like, and especially if it's your first fight, the soy fights are amazing. It's a good first time. You don't have to go to the stadium yet, but you get that experience, that buzz of fighting.
So you've had quite a few fights, have you? Or have you just been training?
I train. I was also injured before 1 week before I go to fight. And for me, it was like, man, I don't feel ready to go, but in the end, it's like, you never feel ready to go. You have to just do it, fuck it, go in the ring, enjoy the moment, it's like, for me, it was like more, I know what I can do. And then I I feel good actually when I go in, you know. It's like, it was a special feeling. I was nervous or nothing, you know. For me, it was like calm. Everyone behind me say, yeah, go slowly, you know. In the beginning, it was like, for me, it was like, yeah, I go and it's just same like sparring, just without shin guards, you know. I know, but it's a little bit different, you know. The fight started, it was like, man, he want to kick the living shit out of me.
Yeah. It's funny that he says slow because the first 2 seconds he came blazing out, you know?
Yeah, but I was like, man, okay, we won't fight, no problem. Yeah, now we fight.
No, we fight, yeah.
It's a little bit different. Yeah, it's different to sparring, but in the ring you feel good, you know. It's like and the time is like for me was like fuck
done. Yeah.
When I start the fight, first round 3 minutes, it was like, man, this was not 3 minutes. You know, this was in my mind in the ring, you know. It's like, man, what break? I feel that, bro, you know. It's
Let's
like,
go,
you know.
So do you think the adrenaline carried you through?
I was very controlled of myself.
Yeah.
I was very controlled because I never was in this moment that I feel like now I'm gonna punch him. But you know, it's like, for me, I have a very good control, but maybe because I was very calm.
Yeah.
And maybe because I was, what I can say, I take some pills because I have a lot of pain, bro. Yeah. It was like, because 1 week before I do this sparring round was 10 times harder than this fight, bro. Yeah, really.
Okay, so note to yourself, don't go too hard at sparring the week before.
No, yeah, wait, just push some water quick.
Yeah. Okay.
So did you end up winning?
Yeah, I win my fight in the second round.
He fought in international.
I fight international stadium, and
4 punch it also.
Yeah, 4 punch it. Punch it is the best here to make this experience for the first fight.
Yeah.
You know, because people are behind you. It's like a little bit different. For me, it was like, I like to train with the same people. Punches is like more, they change every time the peoples, you know, but it's not bad sometimes to spar with a lot of people, different style. But in the end was like, yeah, bro, you have to go. Fuck it, do it, you know. Don't care.
That's very good advice.
Yeah. After my fight, I got very sick. Yeah. But when I'm now in this point, I will say, man, sorry.
No worries.
That's all right.
And now I am a little bit on this point, you know, that I can say, yeah, man, why not? Why don't do a second one, you know?
100%.
So you're going to look at doing another one now?
I would like to fight in Pechpuncha. Why not? You know, it's like you have to go, you have to make it. You're never ready to go. When you train, you know what you can do. And I know where I am strong and where I can work. When the other is better, then it's better, no problem.
What you like in the clinch?
I love clinch.
See that?
He loves clinch, yeah.
I love clinch, bro. I will say...
He likes hugging men.
Yeah.
How are you feeling in your preparation so far?
It's going well, apart from the clinch. That's why I asked, like, do you like the clinch? Because
don't be as scared. You are a tough man, you know. You're strong.
That's what my coach said. He said, like, in the clinch, like, if you go to
Which coach? In England? Okay.
He said, if you go to the clinch, you're better off just wrapping them up rather than trying to get into, because your endurance is just going to fall through. Because of what you said, because I'm a big man. He says, your kicks, your punch were very good. Your clinch, very bad. I was like, oh, cheers.
Yeah, but man, you know, not also for me, you can't have every technique perfect, you know.
Yeah.
Just, bro, be confident.
Yeah.
You know, when you say, when you have your mind, can do this. Yeah, you can. You know, it's like different.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, when I watch back on my football, I play long year football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we play against a team that are better than us. Okay, it doesn't matter. We play against them.
Yeah.
Maybe we are not better than this team, but in the ending of this game, I say to me, I am the best player on the field. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
And you have to be confident. You go in the ring, I am 100% better than him.
Yeah. That's what I know. I know I am. We stare at the clinch. Like the clinch is a very rocky. Because I
play to your strengths. Like what I would say is like, hey, don't try to impose your own strengths on them rather than playing with their strengths. I think this is very important.
100% sure you are 100% bigger than this guy.
Do you
Because
reckon?
yeah,
I'm only 5 foot now, man. He's a little man.
Yeah, he's 5'9", and there are some, they select on weight, and he gave through 94 kgs. So I already told you Mike because I had a fight too, and in the same location that you had a fight, also a punch soy fight. And for me, I think the most important thing, because for me it was not really about the pain. I was not afraid of the pain or fighting at all. For me, it was to be calm and in the moment. This was for me I was more scared to make the walk actually than to fight, because even though I can come over confident and like speaking in front of cameras and everything, I am not. I don't like when there's a lot of people watching me. You know, like I need to keep my chill. So for me, my strongest thing was to be more confident. It's literally visualizing, and visualization. I didn't do anything of that before that, but I read into it, and I just visualized everything. I visualized the waiku. I visualized going into the ring. I visualized fighting. I visualized fighting, falling on the ground. I visualized all kinds of situations, and that made me really. I've been there before. When I was in the ring, I kind of felt like, hey, I've been here before, and I've done that. What would be your best advice be for?
For me, it's like let first the other people talk, you know. It's like first give me what you want and I give you back, you know. It's like feel where is bad, you know, feel him, because when you feel the other guy in this moment, you can work on him, you know. It's like you can play with him, you know? Right. It's like for me it was first, yeah, okay, I was in the ring, he was a little bit smaller than me. I was like, yeah, okay, he have to come to me, you know. This was my first, it's like, okay, then I can keep distance, you know, and I don't go to him, he have to go to me, you know. It's this was my game plan, because I know he was smaller. Every time he come in, I can say hello, you know, puck.
Yeah.
And this was a little bit my game plan, but also he take a lot of risk because he give me some good punches.
Yeah.
Also in the beginning.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I'm like surprised, but
I really get what you're saying, and I think I told you this also as well. Like they're like, especially in Muay Thai in the beginning, they put the slow music. It's about feeling out, you know, seeing what he reads, seeing what he does. And I told you 2 scenarios. He's either going to come out blazing like Yuri one, because Yuri's one knew that he didn't have the cardio to play long games. He wanted to get you out of there fast. Of course. So you either go slow in the beginning and feel exactly what he's saying, where he's maybe shit, or where you can maybe take him, or he comes blazing at you, and then you just have to stand your ground. And even still in that moment, you should try to find where did he fuck up, or try to keep your distance and try to hit him when he's coming in, you know.
But in the ending, you don't have to make your game plan, you know. It's like
game plan goes out the window when you enter.
Yeah, it's like that famous saying, I can't remember who said it. Was it Mike Tyson? Who was like, you could be as planned as you want. As soon as you get
a punch in the face, all the plans go.
It's out the window.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. And like I said, if it stays till just standing, you know, punching, kicking, that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But it's the knees, the elbows, and the clinch. Like my knees ain't bad. Like I got a good knee on me. The elbow, I understand. You got to step into the elbow and stuff, you know.
What did you think about the elbow? What did you think about it? I gave him some advice. I want to hear your opinions.
Yeah, elbow is it's crazy. They make it like a sport with elbows, brother.
Yeah.
I have very lot respect of elbows, and also I have a lot of respect to use my elbows. In my fight, I don't use elbows.
Yeah, this is what I was saying too. Like,
because I would say when the first one. You know, this is what I mean with let first the other people talk what he does and give him back.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's like you kick me, I kick you back. But when you elbow me, I gotta elbow you too, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I saw some fight here, brother, that this fight was crazy. Not about their technical or nothing, brother. They just smashed from the first second with elbows. And it was like, man, what's going on here, you know? I never saw it's like a fight but let first the people talk. He started already with elbows.
Then
the fight was just elbows.
Yeah.
And you can see also when maybe some Western guys, there are a lot of punches, a lot of fast combination. Thai peoples are more like, clinching or good kicks.
Yeah.
But
I 100% agree with what you say, and I think it was my advice too. Like you will wait until he gives the first elbow to also give your elbow, because I've seen it. I've seen a fight in Phuket, and this Western guy, a friend of mine actually, he was fighting and he was winning, was doing very well, and at some point he gave elbow, and then the Thai guy got pretty furious, and then next thing you know, he'd go to the hospital and he lost the fight because of elbows, man. So, you know, you can get
Okay. Yeah, but it's part of the game. I will say it's part of the game.
Part of the game, and what I want to say, what we touched on earlier, like you introduced this with the fighting, like, hey, you have to be prepared for the fight and everything. That's why if people ask me, like, hey, you wanna do another fight, I would say no, because fighting, like every other sport, you can join in. If you want to play a game of paddle, we're gonna play a game of paddle. You want to play. What do you want to play? We want to play ping pong. You want to play fitness. This is which games you can play, but like fighting is not playing because you put your health at risk. You know, you cannot play this game.
You know, it's like when it's different. I also love football, but in the moment I don't love football anymore because I was my mindset. We have to every time to win, but I know you can win every time. But fighting is like more. You make your own decision. When I go inside, I can say, hey, I'm gonna win. And nobody can say, yeah, brother, they're better than us. You know, it's like you go in the ring and you are
going.
And when you know that you trained the last couple of weeks or month, whatever, then you're ready 100%.
Yeah. So, it's going to be exciting regardless. And, lots of people.
What I can say, brother, I enjoy the moment because it's not pressure from the outside that everyone watching on you. It's like, brother, I enjoy it, you know.
Yeah,
fuck it,
right. I'm gonna tell you that the same because it will be over while you know it.
I remember I walked to the ring. It's like people was with the phone. Yeah, man, I enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, or you can be like, oh no, filming me, but bro, in this moment it was like, man, fuck it.
Yeah, I was white crew to learn.
I was nervous.
Yeah. Me too, man.
Yeah.
Imagine I do the Y crew and the Thai guy. I'm fighting a Thai guy. He didn't do the Y crew, and I was like, man, I'm gonna stand there by myself, make a fool out of myself by myself, you know.
yeah, but same for me. This guy he don't dance, and I was like, man, I stop it now, right now. And I was on the ground and say, okay, fuck it. I stand up, thank you, and go to my car.
Same. I did like one.
I see him, you know, because I check it out, he dance or not, and he don't dance. And he don't dance. And I was like, yeah, no. Thank you. I go straight away in my car. I would say my bike crew was bad, but yeah,
I've yet to learn the white crew yet.
You will do a PT probably, or you don't have PTs anymore?
Yeah, I've got no PTs.
Okay, well then they probably will take you for a session, I guess, to teach you. You should have maybe, but you can still ask Bowie. He will definitely gladly help you. And there's similars, and you can like do a very easy one where you just do the ground, and then stand up and go to the corner.
Yeah.
You know, I would actually say as advice, like if you know that you are kind of stressing out over these kind of things, then don't make it hard on yourself because you're going to burn out mentally. Then you just if you're really about the passion and you like doing it and like learning it, man, go for it. Make it the show. But if you already struggle with being confident there and, people are watching me and you're literally spending energy, then I would say don't do it because it can really make you...
I think I'm better off just saving my energy if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, like,
for me, win or lose...
It's win or learn.
Win or lose, you don't have to win or lose in a fight. You are
a winner when you step in the ring.
Yeah, you are a winner already when you step in the ring. Because, brother, this is a big step.
Yeah,
you know?
This is what I was saying myself to keep calm.
Yeah, and
there's like 1% of the world actually that wants to make that walk. Like literally, there are not so many people in this world that actually want to make a walk. Literally, this is how I look at fighting. Like it's literally super primal. You're going into a ring with your fucking boxer shorts, and you're literally gonna impose your will on somebody else, and you're gonna make it so big, or you give him so much pain that he wants to quit. That's actually your goal, you know, and that's fucking And it's super like in a football game, you know, you lose 1-0, but your whole team loses. Yeah. Here, somebody it really takes your ego, like he takes your existence, and he just breaks it in front of you. You know, that's let's go. That's something different, man. That's something there.
I will say, you know, win or lose, I say also a different fighter, they say, yeah, my performance was not good, brother. Doesn't matter, you know, you go in the ring, you fight.
Yeah,
you already win.
Yeah,
you already win.
Yeah.
There are other things, they are just numbers, you know, it's just your experience, do it.
I think it don't help as well that there's like from previous times I've come to the island, I got people like going like, "Oh, we'll be there at your fight. We'll be there at your fight," you know. And I'm like, "All right, you're going all the way out your way to watch me."
Yeah.
Like, you know,
But that's actually a super nice thing, you know. Like actually,
Yeah.
I think it gives you more. You're getting more anxious, but it's actually super nice. And I think everybody, and I can testament everybody that meets you, they definitely want to go that extra mile. So I'm definitely not surprised.
That's literally what's happening, you know. So yeah, we got a friend from last year coming in,
Justine.
Yeah, she said she's going to be recording it. She's got a new camera, a new lens, and
You're gonna meet her. You're gonna meet her. Very nice girl.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's like proper into photography. It's absolutely amazing person. She would sit on my balcony for ages, just editing the pictures that she's taken throughout the day.
Unreal.
And you'll be walking, and you won't even know she's taking pictures of you. And she's got all these like natural shots. So yeah, she messaged me to say that she was going to be watching. Then you got Marty as well. He said he's going to be watching.
Oh, good. We have to talk with this guy.
You got Yuri as well.
We will be there.
He extended his flight as well. So
Was he about to go back to the Netherlands?
He was meant to go back home to
Netherlands, Rotterdam. Yeah. Okay.
He's looking to move to London at the moment, but he's extended.
Really?
And I'm like, oh,
So much pressure. Yeah.
you didn't have to do that.
It's not pressure.
Yeah, and what I can say,
People are behind you, you know. This
Yeah.
give a lot of
It's
aid.
good. It's nice.
I have the same thought process, and at the end, I really didn't give a fuck. Like even like something like a live stream. You know that there is going to be a live stream.
Yeah.
You're going to be forever on the internet, you know. Whatever is going to be so. And all my friends were tuning in as well. And I was like, yeah, well, in normal circumstances, I would be stressed out about this, but it's a fight, you know. Those are your least worries, you know. This is all part of that, making that walk, you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I
epic.
think once I make that difference between like focusing on like you said, the wrong worries as such, you know. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy the process. I'm looking forward to the free massage as well that you get. You get a free massage before the fight. So yeah.
Yeah, by Jory. Do you already know your how is your next week looking? And maybe you can tell us more about I'm interested to hear about your week leading up to the fight, if you can still remember it.
So I'm going to be doing both the remaining training sessions that I can, Monday to Thursday. And then on the Friday, I'm only going to do the morning session, nice light stuff, and then have the whole day off. Saturday, all day off, maybe go for a walk or a light jog, something very light. And then on the fight, I don't know what happens on the Sunday, but obviously I'm not going to be training before the fight. So that's what I got in my head. Eat a little bit of cleaner food, and then just have early nights. Like, I want to be in bed.
Sleep, yeah, rest.
9:30, like every night. You know.
I don't change a lot 1 week before I fight. I train 3 days in this before I fight.
Yeah, so till Wednesday.
Yeah,
and Saturday you fight.
And
Saturday or Friday you fight? Where you
I
fight?
fight Saturday.
Saturday,
Or
okay.
Friday. I don't remember actually. And I was like, man, it's just easy. I train what I can, you know. I don't try to learn new techniques for in 1 week.
Just go over what you already.
Yeah, right. What I can, I train that what I can. The easy things don't make me pressure, you know. Just feel it. Just easy training, and then 2-3 days of rest before you fight.
You struggle with sleeping before the fight? Because your first fight.
I sleep so good this night. I remember this. I was more nervous when I go Europa Park or whatever, you know.
Europa Park is like a theme park, right?
Yeah, it's like
with the roller coaster.
I was more nervous to go the next day to the carousel to go in the ring, you know.
Crazy guy.
And I sleep like for me it was nothing that I don't have to sleep, you know.
Okay.
For calm, this is what I mean. I was very calm before I
Did
fight.
you meditate at all?
No, I don't know.
No,
I don't
okay.
I did.
Yeah.
100%.
So I do a lot of meditating.
But I go here to the sauna. I go enjoy my day. You know, it's like, man, I wake up same time, it's very important that you don't change a lot.
Too
of
much.
sleep rhythm.
Yeah. That's also a thing that
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
that we're now doing this and completely
now-
do different things. Also different foods. You should not be experimenting too much with different foods. Might get you bloated, get you...
Yeah, it's rather,
get you
it's
sick.
not the other day than all the other one too. You know, it's like
Okay.
do whatever you want and to recover your body as so good as possible, and then let's go.
Let's go.
Have fun.
Go.
Yeah, really fun.
Oh,
Alrighty, guys.
yeah.
I think we touched on a lot of things. Any topics where you guys want to touch on? You have any questions about the fight? I think, we touched on.
I'm quite lucky at the fact that I don't really party, as that I don't drink alcohol, do drugs or anything like that. I don't smoke. So I'm very lucky in that front. Because I think that had a big impact on a lot of people's trainings. I've seen who's actually done the fights is they've got egged on into doing the drink, and then it's put them behind a little bit. So I'm very lucky in that area that I just don't do it, So I just need to tighten up the other areas.
Stay healthy, I would say, and this is an important thing. Listen to the body good. Obviously, what Yuri says, take it also with you in the sense of don't change too much things.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a lot about staying healthy the last week,
Yeah, same the other day too. When you train, you have a healthy lifestyle that follow you the last days too. It's nothing to change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but we'll see if I'm still as pretty as I am now after the fight. I still don't.
You can take some hits. Yeah, you'll be fine.
You might straighten my nose a little bit.
Should be fine, man. Keep your hands up. This is also a very important thing. And kick. We have seen many times in this punch and soy fights, people, they come in and they don't kick. And then you're like, man, you're fighting good, but you're not kicking, man. You're not kick. This is Muay Thai, you have to score with the kicks.
I'll be alright with that because of the kickboxing. So,
Yeah. Do you think about the shin on shin? Have you been thinking about this or not?
I don't know, to be fair, when I'm at home, I kick random objects all the time.
Okay. So shin on shin.
yeah, and I like the pain, brother. For me, it doesn't matter. Chin, no problem. I like.
Shin.
Yeah, I'm always-
Shin hat, what you like by shin score?
I don't feel it, Go forward straight away.
I don't feel it. Wakes up in the ambulance.
just block in with your head, like.
For me, it was like, no, I don't care about pain. Fuck it.
No, I don't. Like, that's why I enjoy the tattoos. So, like, tattoos are my therapy. The vibration, the pain of the tattoos. I do anywhere from an 8 to 12 hour sitting each time, I just love it.
Yeah.
So,
For me also, when I do the tattoo, I love it 2-3 hours, but then you can stop.
Yeah.
No, but then actually, you don't have pain. You have to like the pain. That's it.
yeah, I enjoy the pain. I do enjoy the pain. And I think it's just the upbringing and stuff I've had in my life is, like you can't show people you hurt and stuff like that,
And training also, Muay Thai training is pain.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
it's the pain.
And you just gotta go through. There's a joke going on at the moment. So, don't know Sven who just fought for Punch It.
You fought the speedboat guy.
Yeah.
Sven, we saw the fight. Sven,
Yes, right, yeah.
Yeah. So, they go to him, they go, no pain, no Muay Thai. And he goes, no Muay Thai, no pain. And I was like, that is so true. If you never did Muay Thai, you wouldn't be in pain. So,
Also, when you train hard, you go over your limit, man.
I will tell you the down just to, it's a good statement. But, if you don't experience pain in whatever form, you will experience, if you don't experience pain in like the gym, you don't experience pain in Muay Thai, you experience pain in real life because if you, for example, fitness, you will not take care of the body, you experience pain because you're not happy in your body. If you don't do Muay Thai and maybe something happens with your late wife or with your children later, I don't know, and you cannot defend yourself, you're standing there like, that's pain.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't want the pain in Muay Thai. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
It's the same
Otherwise,
pain.
it's like low kick, high kick.
But no, that's, it's really opened my eyes a lot to listening to your experiences with the fight. Yeah, I've watched a lot of fights, but you don't actually get a chance to speak to the fight. There's so much afterwards, like the lead up and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely given me a lot to think about, and I just know it's going to be a good show.
Yeah, man, we are very excited.
Like you said, it's going to be on YouTube. So I'm either going to be beating up a Thai or getting beat up by a Thai, but I'll still have a smile on my face.
Yeah.
It's doing the pictures. I've never done a poster, so I just stood there smiling, like,
Really?
they pose for a picture, and the person taking the picture was like, no smile, and I'm like, oh, sorry.
But it's
Bro, the shots after the fight are amazing.
we are gonna make a nice shot, and Justine is gonna be there also nice shot. But you know, like it's all cliche, but you gotta really enjoy the experience, and it's gonna be so wild and sick to actually look back later in life and say, I went to Thailand and I had a fight just because I wanted to, and I can do this, man.
To be fair, it is just for the story at this point. My whole life is just like, yeah, let's do it. Sometimes you gotta be a bit spontaneous in life.
Man, I feel when you told me it the first time, I was like, fuck, I was super excited because I think it's a kind of a full circle moment. We touched on a lot of things in the podcast. Like, man, you were kind of, leaving Thailand. That's already like a blues, but then also with the company and now turning it around, man, we are talking a year later and he's now basically here location free. If you want to stay, he can stay longer. If he wants to go home, he goes home. You turned your life around. We fucking smashed it on the fitness part. There's a lot of more still to come for the rest of the year. But, this is actually something where you can say like, hey, okay, for me, Muay Thai right now, I did that, done that. And then you can also pass on.
I think it just goes to your mindset. You can either play the victim or you can make it like why. Use it as your fuel.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, they get stuck in playing the victim mentality, or why is this happening to me? Why is that happening? Rather than just accepting it's happened and just getting on, moving on.
Life is always going to do this with you. If you, because for example, you now level up. Man, in 1 year, you'll be dealing with so much bigger problems, it's really the monk video that we see, and it still hits to me like life is not all about happiness. You're gonna lose your mom, you're gonna lose your father, bro, there are already a certain things here in life that you are gonna experience that are super hard to deal with, and they can make the best man with the biggest company completely crumble, literally, because man, if you have a very good relationship with your mother, maybe you are the CEO of a company, bang, and that's just literally how you go with how you deal.
You can guarantee it.
You can go just level up. You can learn, or you don't can learn.
Yeah.
This is the only point in life. It's very important, and things get harder when you level up. That's true.
Yeah.
And then, bro,
you level up.
When you never learn something in your life, you are still, It's like
on autopilot. You're on autopilot. You're gonna every day is gonna be like a roller coaster for you. But whereas if you are aware and something happens to you, and be like, hey, why me? Try me, not why me. Fucking try me, man. If you think this is hard for me, man, that's powerful shit.
Yeah, that's really good that anyone is capable of leveling up their life though as well. So like, even if you feel like you're very overweight or you're an alcoholic, you're a gambling addiction, you're in a dark place, you can turn it around like that. But it's a hard thing to do. It's just, you gotta get in that mindset that you want to turn it around. And this is why I'm a strong believer is that,
not only a believer, you're walking the talk as well.
No, that's very true actually. I'm living proof that it can't happen. I've been sober now 3 years. I used to have a gambling addiction.
Yeah. Tell me, because it was right after New Year's. Not right after I saw your post, 3 years sober. So, you can tell.
January the 2nd, that's my date. It was 2022. I used to drink 600, 700 pound worth of drink, which was about like 30 to 40 pints, 3 bottles of spirits.
Or beers.
The big 100 pound on Jaeger bombs. I used to have 2 trays to myself, just shot after shot. I got videos I can show you later. Me doing.
Was this drinking because of the gambling, or was it like helping each other? Or?
They joined together. Every time I was having a drink, so I was having like 3 to 5 pints before I was going to bed to help me sleep. And obviously every time I had a pint, I wanted to gamble. So they went hand in hand, but the drink happened because I wasn't able to play rugby anymore. I separated my ankle from my foot, tore the ligaments, all the tendons. My ankle came clean off the foot. And rugby was my whole life. Like, I needed something to give me that
buzz,
It just sent me down a spiral, and I just relied on the drink, bad food, and it was just one thing after another. And you don't realize how bad you actually get when you're in that darkness, and the people you're surrounding yourself with, they had help in the situation. And New Year's, it was like the countdown. And I got a video on my phone and I was
The,
watching it.
the calm down or the countdown?
Countdown.
The countdown, yeah.
Yeah, you know, the 10, 9, whatever. And I got a video on my phone. I was literally like, right, this is my last drink I'm ever going to have, you know, unless it's a lad's holiday or someone's birthday.
Oh, you were making some son.
Yeah. So I gave myself, like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm giving myself, like, a get out of jail free card so I can get back on the drink, you know, and I basically tell myself to fail. And the countdown happened on January 2nd. I was like, right, I'm sober now because obviously New Year's, you're still drinking throughout the day. So I was like, yeah, I'm not drinking anymore. And my God, it was the hardest time of my life. You know, I was having shakes, and one of the boys' birthdays was literally like 2 weeks into the new year. And I was like, oh, I don't want to fail now. So I went and I had water at this party in the pub and all. I was the designated driver, and that's where I made sure I was. I was still interacting with them all so that I could still like see the drink. And I was like building my resilience up from doing that, you know, and, because I was the designated driver, I've never drunk and drove, you know, like if I've had a pint, I didn't drive. So in my head, I was like, right, if I'm driver, I'm not going to be wanting the pint. So, yeah, so I managed his birthday. Then there was like a lad's holiday coming up, and I was like, well, I've done 3 months. I might as do, you know, rather than just throwing it away.
At some stages.
And it just built up. It was like a massive snowball effect. And that's my best advice is, the same with anything. If you can just do one more step, do another, and eventually you'll arrive at the destination you want to be, you know. And
why didn't you want to drink anymore? So why is it now definite?
oh, the health benefits. So you know, I had such foggy head, I couldn't remember. I was very soulless. Like I look back at videos and you look into my eyes and
There's nothing
going on, you know, and like my voice was very emotionless, and you look at my face and it just looked.
How long were you sober before you coming to Thailand for the first time? Because that couldn't be that long.
No, that was only 6 months.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that was the first time, and the second time I met you, that was like 2 years.
8 months, yeah, 6 to 8 months. So yeah, I was still like, the first year I had probably about 200 odd, like near a tenth of drinking again, you know, but I said no. The second year, of being sober, there was like 70 odd. Last year, there was only 6 attempts. 6, like, nearly, like, fails, like, you know, of drinking, which...
But are you now very, like, okay, I want to proceed with that number, and I want to proceed with the days?
Yeah, so I want to, like, keep it going now. Like, I don't... Why would I throw away 3 years of living a better life?
Yeah, but what does 3 years so... Yeah, I get it. It's a kind of achievement, but it's also like, yeah, okay, but you can now control the drink, right? You have the control.
The reason is, though, because I can enjoy life without having a drink. Most people go out because they want to drink rather than they want to have a good time.
Yeah.
The good time comes after the drink. Once I went sober, I realized that I can have a good time without the drink, and people are just using the drink to have that good time. So this is, you've probably seen me in Chan Wang last year, you know.
Yeah.
I'm wild. Like on a night out, you'd think I'm the drunkest there. You know,
I can pass it.
Green mango on the stage, top is off, and I'm like bouncing around on the stage, you know. And yeah, most people are like, "Oh, can I have some of what you're on?" I'm like, "I'm just high on life," and that's because I realized I had that switch in my mind that I don't need anything else to give me that happiness within.
Of course, you don't need it.
Yeah. So it was
for a good party, you don't have to drink alcohol.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, but it's the same experience a little bit when I was out party. I just drink.
Yeah.
But I can
should be really
without.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
It's very important to really think about why are you doing certain behaviors, you know, like I am kind of at this point right now too, that I've definitely drink a lot to get more confidence or be more happy in particular situation, be more myself, or like not even myself actually then, but to be more comfortable in situations. And then you just end up drinking so much alcohol, and the next day you're like, well, for what was it worth it? And you're doing things that are completely not yourself, you know.
And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with, is the fact that they feel like they have to drink to get the confidence, you know, because when you're drunk version, you do things that you wouldn't think that you would do, you know. Whereas if you're able to do them things sober, you've really found like the true meaning of who you are, you know? So, I think rejection therapy is the best thing you can do. Go out and ask someone, oh, can you record a video and then do a silly dance, or go dancing in public or singing in public? Just feel that embarrassment and embrace it, and your confidence will grow like crazy, because you'll realize that people don't care, you know? And like, I was dancing in the airport before coming out here. I was recording my TikToks and stuff. And, there's people, you can see it in the video. There's people looking at me and they're laughing. They're laughing at me at the fact that I'm in the middle of the airport and I'm doing my outfit check and I'm dancing, doing all this. I'm having a wicked time. I don't care what they're doing. I'm not disrupting anyone. I'm not being negative or anything like that. So yeah, that's my best advice for you all, is to do a bit of rejection therapy.
That's for if you struggle with being comfortable in situation, you're grasping for the alcohol. I think that's fair.
You know, it just builds you as a person, and you realize that people are too busy in their life to worry about what you're doing in yours. You know, which kind of does a full circle. So yeah, that brings us back to the start with what you were saying at the start about people are like too judgy, but to say like hello and stuff, it's all to do with their ego. So I feel like if people started doing more rejection therapy and they're more comfortable in their own skin, you'd have better interactions with people and stuff like that, you know, because yeah, it really does make you think. Really does make you think when you're able to just go out.
Be authentically yourself. I mean, I think this is one of the highest missions, like one of the big missions in your life, that you can just be yourself and be comfortable around people all the time, and that you don't have to numb yourself or find things to numb the mind. I think that's also a big mastery. Like, I pride myself obviously in physical transformation, but mental transformations is also what life is about.
Important. You know, but yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate both of you having me on here.
For sure, man. It was very nice speaking to you.
Yeah.
And it's really, like we said, we're very excited to see the fight. And man, it's good to see how far you.
Brother. Now we come in the ring too, huh?
Yeah. Dave, you don't let me jump again.
Yeah.
Maybe we go for a fight too. Some close.
Take the fight. There's a fight looking on the card.
We go. We make how many fights? 5. We go 2. We just 7.
Nah, man.
No. I will say enjoy the time, really.
Yeah, enjoy the time. You know? Thank you for your time this time, Tamara. Really good speaking to you again. And like I say, it's so nice seeing you back here, because this is kind of full circle moment for me as well. And I love to see how you are progressing with the thing. And I think we're now on camera and we're actually on TikTok, but you know, you're killing the TikTok game, and that's something that like we can also learn from you. So off camera we'll talk more about that as well. For now,
you have to show me your content. I want to know. I want to know what you do, how you do, and why you do.
Yeah, you'll be in for a treat, let me tell you. But thank you so much, boys. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No worries.